All right, this week is a really fun one. The big day. So questions about actually planning the wedding and some discussions that you might want to have. So we're going to do 3 this week of just some things to think about. So for today, let's start with how much money. How much money do you have to spend on your wedding? And do you have financial help promised from your families? If so, how much have they agreed to give you? And how are you going to stay within that budget? And what are some things that are really important to you to have happen with that budget? And what are some things you can probably let go of? Also, are you the type of couple that wants to have a smaller, more intimate wedding and save more money for the future? Or are you just like, I've been dreaming of this my whole life and I want to dump so much money at it? So that's an important thing. So you're both on the same page when it comes to the type of wedding you want to have. Also, it's not just up to one of you to be in charge of everything. You both need to make your decisions together. All right, here's the next set of big day questions. What is your honeymoon situation going to be? And do you want to go spend a lot of money on a honeymoon? Do you just want to have a little simple honeymoon? Do you have time? Like, are you getting married, just really quick on a break from school? Are you in a place where you could go spend a week and a half and just party? And what does that look like for you? I wanted a less expensive wedding and a really fun honeymoon with some money left over for some things we would need for our future home. So we found a way to kind of balance all those things to make that happen. Thankfully, my fiance, then now husband, wanted those things as well, and we were able to make that work out. And then also, you need to have a discussion on what you want to spend for rings and wedding clothing. Do you want to rent them or buy them? Some people have really sentimental feelings about having a wedding dress forever and using them to make blessing clothes or baptism clothes or just keeping them. Some people just want to rent them because they know they're never going to wear it again and they don't need to spend $1,000 or more on wedding clothes. And then photography. Obviously, you want to have memories of this day. How much do you want to spend on that? And what type of photographer do you want to have? Do you want to focus on a lot of individual bridal photos, or do you want photos of most of you as a couple? How do you want that to look? And what do you want the photographer to get on your big day? And then finally, some really good things to discuss are what's the most important thing for you on that day. So for me, I'm one of those weird, I guess I'm in the minority, but the sealing, just being sealed to my husband in the temple was the most important thing to me that day. I wanted that to be the focus. Everything else I wasn't really worried about. But you may have one thing, maybe the ring ceremony and having your family all there to see that is really important to you, or maybe there's some certain pictures you really want, or some people that are really important for you to be there. What's really important to you about that day that's going to make it special and memorable, and that you want to make sure is a priority? And then this is really hard to escape, and you need to deal with it as one. You need to be a unified force. You are going to have a lot of opinions from family members thrown at you, especially probably from mothers and mother-in-laws. If you are getting some pushback or people are trying to convince you to do something that you don't want to do, how are you going to handle that together so that you can be a united front? You can be respectful and loving, especially if people are funding it for you. Don't be burning any bridges over this, but make sure that you've communicated with each other about what you're trying to create for this day and that you're both on the same page and are communicating well with your family about what that looks like. All right, good luck. A lot of fun things to plan for your future.